Jester here, and if you're watching this video, it means you've probably been following my fitness journey challenge goal that I've been having type thing. And I've been saying what all I've been doing, my 10,000 steps, my fixing my diet, and working out constantly, like getting into a rhythm of always working out. And a lot of comments I kind of got about it were kind of questioning, like, where do you start? Where do you begin? How to get into actually working out. And a lot of the ones I've been doing were Beachbody workouts. And a lot of it, I know with Beachbody, there's a lot of workouts, and a lot of people are like, well, they're overwhelmed. They don't know where to begin. So I took kind of like the top most popular ones and the ones that I've actually done. I try to do most of the most popular ones this year, and I'm going to rate them on a tier list. And I'm going to show you which ones I like the most, kind of point out the flaws and the cons, and show you kind of, hopefully that way you have a starting point and know which one is good for you, where you want to begin. So we're going to jump into this list, and I'm going to rate. I've done all of these this year, and I'm going to give you the feedback on them. So first up, we have 21 Day Fix. This one was okay, but I felt it was really slow getting into it. Like, there's a lot of rest, a lot of downtime. I felt like a little too much downtime. I didn't really feel like I'd push myself, but I didn't really feel exhausted at the end of it, like a lot of the other workouts. So I didn't feel like I felt like this is more of a beginner. Well, it definitely is more of a beginner course. So if you're just starting out working out, this one might be the 21 Day Fix. You do your 21 days here. This will be a good one to kind of bump you in. But for me, I felt like I was one to push myself harder and really feel it at the end. So I'm going to start this one out kind of at a C tier, maybe like a high, maybe like a low B. It's still a good workout. Turbo Jam, it got cut off here, but Turbo Jam, this one was kind of the same. It's really slow, a lot of downtime. This was definitely my least favorite workout that I've done through them all. I felt like I joined this one because I thought it was like, it kind of looked neat, like dancing around and that. I thought it was going to be like more fast paced, but it was just really slow. Like, all the workouts they did was you do one and then they teach you how to do it. And I thought, okay, that's how you do it. And then I realized that's not them teaching you how to do it. That's the workout itself. It's like, it's just really slow. So I kind of give this one the lowest one. I put it in D tier. Next up, we got Sure Thing. This one was different than the other ones. This one, you need some more equipment, a little bit more equipment. There's these slider things you need to get. You put it on your hands or your feet and you put them on the ground and they slide. And I'm not sure if they work well. I didn't get them. So I've been trying to do this without the sliders. So I was just putting my hands there and trying to like move my hands while holding myself in place without the slider. And it didn't work too well. It didn't really work as well. It didn't work the muscles the way it should with the sliders. And I'm not sure if I did jump into this one, so I might be misjudging. I hurt myself a little bit in this workout because this one was a lot of legs and it focused a lot of like your leg muscles. And I did just come out of a really intense leg workout for a whole 2 months, and my legs were a little overused. I think I didn't rest them and stretch them as much as I should have. So I don't think it's this workout's fault, but in this one, just the way they move your muscles when my legs were tight with those slider things, I end up pulling a muscle in this one. So this one, I'm going to put this one down, maybe like C as well. We'll put it like right there. Well, we'll put it a little bit higher because it wasn't a bad workout. It was just weird with the sliders. But we're going to go. Next up is Insanity. This one is like its name, Insanity. This was a little crazy because it's like an hour long, like intense this is really big cardio, and it's about an hour long. You're going at it and you're going for a while. They got a mix of other things in there, but this one, I really liked Insanity. This was actually the first Beachbody workout I ever did back in, I don't remember. I can't even remember the year I was going to say, but this was the first one that got me into Beachbody. Before P90, P90X, I actually did Insanity. So I give that an A. Insanity is definitely good, but the only thing that bringing it down is it is a long workout. They're like, if I remember right, they're all like an hour long. So you need to dedicate a lot of time. Insanity Max is pretty much Insanity on steroids. They bumped it down, so it's 30 minutes now. You can do the whole workout in 30 minutes, but it's definitely, you feel it. This is probably the most intense workout I have done out of all of them. I couldn't even finish this one. I did this one after I've done like a bunch of these other ones. And I thought I was going into this one a little cocky, a little confident. I was like, yeah, I think I can handle this. I've got my stamina's up, my endurance is up. I can handle this. I died after about 7 minutes, I think I lasted. This one is interesting because the way it works is they test you. They kind of push you to failure, and that's the point of this workout. You want to give it everything you have until you can't give it anymore and you fail. They want you to fail in Insanity Max. And then once you fail, they want you to, kind of take your break and then jump right back into it. And after I pushed myself to the first failure, I'll tell you, coming from failure to taking the break and trying to jump back in again, it was insanity. So I will give this one an A as well. That was probably an insane cardio workout, and I struggled my way through it. Okay, now on the muscle burns fat. This is the one, remember when I talked about Sure Thing? This is the one that really worked my leg muscle. I think this one is a little too much legs, honestly. Like, I get legs are your biggest muscle and you want to work them. For those who don't know, to really kickstart your metabolism, you work your legs, and your legs are your biggest muscle. As you grow muscle, it forces your body to burn more fat. So working your leg muscles, the biggest muscles, forces your body to burn more fat because it's the biggest muscle. And so that's why legs are really good to go to when you're trying to burn weight. But this one was just a lot of leg. Like, let's see, it started out, leg day was leg day. Total body was mostly leg day. Shoulders was leg day. Arms were leg day. Like a little bit, we'll break out the exercises you got to do. A lot of them, you'll go into an upper body and then boom, right into like some kind of a leg workout. You'll go into another upper body on the upper body day and boom, into so after you do legs and your legs are a little sore and you go into upper body, you think you get to rest your legs. Nope, legs, more into legs. And that one, I guess it's really good for like kind of kickstarting your metabolism, getting you into shape, but I just felt there was a little too much. After every workout, I never really felt that my upper body was ever fatigued. Like, I only ever felt like my lower body was kind of burnt out. By the end, I didn't notice too much like muscle change. After I did the full thing, I took a picture before and after, and I didn't really see any like muscle change because there wasn't enough in the upper body or anything. So it was a good workout and it's different. I love the way that this is changed. It's like changes the way you do normal workouts, so it makes it more interesting. Where like core especially, you'll go into one exercise where you do all four, kind of do your flip around the circle, and then when you go to the next round, she modifies one of the workouts and changes it. So you do all the same exercises, but when you get to the one, it's a little different, a little more challenging. Then the next time around, you take the next workout and you do the more challenging one, and you take another one of those four and make that one even harder. So it kind of builds upon like that, and I really like this kind of system. So I'm going to give this one probably I put it in between. I give this one an A. This one's definitely, I really like this one. Plyo. This one's cut off too, but this is Plyo. This one I wasn't ready for this one. I never had my glutes burning as hard as I ever did in any workout as I did with this one. With the lower body, the glute workout for this, my glutes have never hurt as much as after this one. So already right away, this is going up and probably like the upper A. The stretches, I still go back to this one for some things. Like when I need to like work out my lower legs, I'll still do the leg workout in this one. But that glute one, if you want your glutes to burn, trust me, do Plyo. That one, that's why that gets a pretty high up there in the A. P90, I'm going to fuse all the P90, P92, P90, P90X, P90X2, P90X3, fusing them all kind of into one. I'm just going to go with the newest one. If you want, you can go back to the older ones, but I definitely, Chew has a really good yoga, but it's really long. And Chew does have a lot of really good workouts for it. But I would say if you're going to do any, I like going to 3. 3 kind of modifies it, so it puts them all down into the half an hour time frame. If you have more time, do P90X2. If you have short, you only have a half an hour, do P90X3 because it's like an abridged but intense version of them all. Why I like P90, I like the way Tony Horton does his workouts, is it's a combination of both calisthenics and weight training, both into one workout. So there'll be times when you're throwing weights back, building your muscle, and then there'll be another workout where he'll throw it in no weights at all, and it's all calisthenics, all body weight. Calisthenics is body weight, if you didn't know. So it's like all body weight training where you're doing it, where it helps the muscle, throwing the weight back helps build the muscle, and then the calisthenics, I feel, helps mobilize. Sorry, I was trying to think of the word. Mobilize the muscle. So you build it and then you mobilize it. So it's a really good combination. So I always go back to P90X. So I kind of put this up there as my S tier workout. It's our first S tier. T25 was actually my second workout. I kind of went I went from Insanity, and I like Shaun T, and I jumped into T25 because I loved Insanity, but it was an hour long and it was so hard to keep steady when I first started before this challenge a while ago. I liked Insanity and I liked the way he did it, but it was just so long. So then I found T25 and I was like, it's the same guy, same kind of rhythm and move, but it's down to 25 minutes. But that was back when I was first starting out working out and everything. And after a couple years later, I went back this year to try it again. And I will say the 25 minutes, it's a really good workout, but I feel like it's more of a beginner workout. So it's not as intense as some of the other ones. So it's good for if you're starting out and you need to build up. It's really good for cardio. There's not a lot. This is another one I have a problem with where like the upper body in this one, you'll go from doing a little bit of upper body and then boom, back to cardio. So you kind of, in this one, I felt like it wasn't enough balance between the two. There was way too much lower body. My legs were getting big and buff and like strong, and I looked like the Hulk legs, and my upper body kind of looked like dainty and all that. So I didn't feel like there was enough combination back and forth. When you're doing the upper body and I walk away from the workout after pushing myself as much as I could, and my upper body is like, I feel like I could just lift the 100-pound weight still. I feel like it needs a little bit more, but I'd still give this one probably about a B. Now we're coming into the end push. Lift 4. We're saving until last. Lift more. We'll talk about what Lift 4. We're moving them around a little bit. Core de Force. These are all the same guy. He does, these are all, oh man, I forgot his name, but he does the same one for all of these ones. Core de Force is the same guy who does Lift 4 with another person. It's 2 people who do it, and I kind of like the way they do it because I think this one is really intense, and I don't know if they could keep talking the whole way through, and that's why they have 2 instructors, so that way they tag team. One talks while one works out, then the other one talks while the other works out. I kind of like that system. It's kind of neat, and this one has been one of my top favorite kick your butt MMX cardio building exhausting sweat fest workouts. This one is insane. You're going to be going in there. You're going to be boxing. You're going to be kicking. It's going to work your brain because you got to figure out what they're doing. They're jumping around and everything. So I'm putting that up there in S tier. That one, you'll be dripping sweat by like the end of it. It was really good to teach you MMX. It was good for building your cardio. I guess I don't remember if there wasn't. It's weird. There wasn't too much upper body focus to build muscle, but it was really good on cardio. But it's funny because the way they train you when you're throwing punches and you twist, your core feels it. And I think that's why I really like this workout. I felt this workout, it's like 40 minutes of pure core. Every punch you throw, they teach you to engage your core. So it's 40 minutes of working your core throughout the whole thing. And I feel like that's what I need to incorporate more, is a lot more core work. So I really like this one. Now we're going to go down to lift 4. Lift 4 was the one that I got the most progress from, and I will always kind of talk highly of this one because of that. Lift 4, I started right at, this is the first one I did when I started my 10,000 step journey challenge, and I started losing the weight from my 10,000 steps, and I really started noticing like I started losing all the fat in my face, and I started from the steps. So I started this one because I started losing it all, but I was getting a little flabby because I was losing a lot of weight and all that. So I did lift 4, and this it's intense. This is really, really intense. It will leave. This is the one out of all the workouts that left my body the most sore. After every workout, this was a full around. It was like all balanced. Like my chest was sore after chest day. My biceps and triceps were sore. My back was sore. My legs were sore. Like a lot of these, P90X was really good combination. It jumps between. Cordy Force was really good for like cardio. We have Insanity and Insanity Max, T25. A lot of these were really good for leg day. Like all of these are good for leg day. Lift 4 was insane for leg day, was insane for upper body day, was insane for like everything about it. Was as long as you push yourself, that's the big one. So I put this up above everything else. This takes the number 1. If you want to see results, you want to see the best results, you want to see results fast, do lift 4, do the first 4 weeks. I did 8 weeks. Sorry. It's 2 months. I did 8 weeks. Took a month off, came back and did the second set. And by the second one, I was pushing myself more and the progress just ripped through. I was impressed by how much progress I had. Like I had people complimenting me after I finished the end of the 4 months. I did the first one, took the month off, did it again. And by the end of doing it twice, I went back home and like everyone was complimenting like, wow, I can notice you have huge change. There's a lot different. Like you can see the fat that I had when I lost it, the loose skin was tightening. I had like muscle gain. I will always hype this one as one of my favorite workouts. Then we go to Lift More. Lift More was the same instructor, but it was like the same workouts, but it was a little different. They required a little bit more. You needed a workbench. They modified. They had 2 leg days in, which I like the way Lift 4 was structured, where it was first day was it chest and tricep. Second day was back and bicep. Wednesday, rest. I do stretches, flex your body out, stretch everything out, feel good. Thursday, shoulders. Friday, legs. Saturday, Sunday, off. 2 on, 1 off, 2 on, 2 off, like that. I realized one thing I noticed and I didn't get much results is I didn't rest enough. Lift 4 taught me resting, surprisingly, gives you the best results. And I would not have guessed that. I would have figured cramming out 7 days a week working out would have been the best, like he did in T25 or P90X3. T25 as well, was 7-day workout. And I noticed I was doing it all and I kind of get burnt out a little bit and I wasn't noticing as much change as when I took a break with Lift 4, when they had that little break in between. I was noticing so much more drastic changes and like better results. So if you're ever plateaued, rest in between workouts actually helps a lot. Lift More, when I did that, they took that rest day out, and that's where I noticed. This is the one where I noticed I wasn't having as much results. I wasn't able to do as much, lift as much, go as long. I didn't notice the changes as much as Lift 4. And I realized it was because they took that Wednesday breakout and they pushed more. They gave 2 leg days, which was okay because it works different parts of the leg, but the structure was a little bit different that I just like Lift 4 a lot more. So this one gets kind of like the low A. It's still a really good workout, but I kind of put it on the low end of A. So this has been my list. I strongly recommend, if you're just starting out, you don't have a lot of experience and you're kind of worried, 21 Day Fix is a really good starting point. T25 is a good starting point. If you're starting like you're a little bit more moderate and you want something like challenge yourself, any one of these A tiers. PiYo, if you want to get a really good like lower body kind of muscle workout. Insanity Max, if you really want to like kill yourself with cardio. That's crazy. Muscle Burns Fat is a good starting point. I would go at PiYo or Muscle Burns Fat if you want more of an intermediate kind of one. These are both good. And if you want to really like fast results, push yourself, for Core Force, for if you want to do like really good core and cardio. P90X, if you want to mix it up between weights and calisthenics to kind of like build and then mobility. And Lift 4 if you just want to go all out and like just really like notice like the actual growth. This one you're going to grow muscle like fast. So this has been my list. Hopefully it helps give you guys like an idea, a starting point of where to go. Like there's so many workouts on Beachbody Workout. A lot of people. So if you don't know like where to begin, how to start, hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea how to jump into it and where to go. Oh, and make sure to comment below too and let me know where you guys begin. What's your favorite workouts? What you like going to? How much results you have? If my video helped you, and if you're like, hey, you know what? I really want to start with this one because your video. So keep me updated on your guys' progress. I'm showing you guys all. You've seen now firsthand how much I've changed. I've dropped, what was it? 40, 50, 60 pounds since the very beginning. 40 pounds in like the past 2 years. 40 pounds in 2 years. That's just by doing like the steps, the balanced diet, and this workout. I've lost 40 pounds. And so you've seen my progress in my videos. So you guys can keep me updated. Maybe it'll motivate you as well. And until then, let me know what else you want to see in the next video. And I'll see you then.